We're back on the record with Congressman Bill Keating. Last September, and you're looking at the video, dozens of asylum seekers found themselves on the Vineyard, a community in your district. Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis flew them to the Cape, and I'm simplifying it, but flew them to the Cape. Can the political divide over immigration policy be breached, or can we expect more situations like the one we're looking at here?
Well, Ron DeSantis, I think, used a political stunt to work to his base. And I think he thought by sending people to Martha's Vineyard, and those people never knew where they were going, by the way, which is part of a civil suit. But doing that, he thought, would create a divide and a spectacle where people all of a sudden felt what people at the border communities were feeling. And that failed spectacularly, because the people of the Vineyard came together. They had to stop people because of traffic. They were bringing things to help people. There was so many people trying to help.
I was there, and I did see that, but I have to ask, because did it work for his base? It revved up his base.
Any publicity at this stage probably helps him in his base. But that was an obstacle, to your point, Ed. It was a real obstacle to getting the real problem dealt with. That's one more roadblock when you see these kind of political stunts that really hurt. What has to happen is comprehensive immigration reform. But to do that in today's Congress, you need strong bipartisan support. You need people on both sides to get it through, because there'll be people on one side that won't like certain things, there'll be people on the other that won't like. So you need that core in the middle. And you know, this is one of the easier problems to solve if we could put the politics aside and just get a bipartisan effort to do it. Dealing with the DACA issues for the dreamers that are here. If you had a secret poll among even Republican members, the vast majority would say, yes, we should deal with that. The American public is clear on this. The polls are off the charts.
Do you expect we'll see more of that? That type of what you call
it's not working as much, you know. I mean, a political stunt's usually good for a little cycle, as you know more than you two know more than I do, of media attention. It wears off.
So let's hit a lightning round. Let's go through a couple of things real fast, so we get some quick answers in here. Will Joe Biden be the Democratic presidential nominee in 2024?
Yes.
Will Donald Trump be the Republican nominee?
Uncertain.
You are a former district attorney, as we said at the beginning. Will Donald Trump face a criminal indictment?
Likely. This year.
You think this year?
I think one of these cases will hit this year. I think it's, if you're playing the odds.
All right.
Because the grand juries have gone to quite an extent. If you read the tea leaves about who they're bringing in, what questions, they're in an advanced stage. So I think it's quite likely.
Parenthetically, was it appropriate for that young woman who was on the Georgia federal grand jury? Was it appropriate for her to speak publicly?
I think if you listen to what she said carefully, she probably technically obeyed the judge's instructions. But I don't think she did herself a favor.
Maybe a little unseemly, shouldn't have done it, maybe. All right, will Kevin McCarthy still be Speaker of the House a year from now, in your opinion?
Likely.
Likely.
Marjorie Taylor Greene says the red states and the blue states should get a divorce. Who gets custody of the kids?
Well, in her vision, I guess Robert E. Lee or Jefferson Davis or something, because they want to bring us back to Civil War times.
All right, well, you have served in Congress since 2011. Will you be a candidate again in 2024?
Yeah, now I'm 7 weeks from swearing in, and I know it took a long time to swear us all in, 16 ballots.
It did.
But my plan is absolutely to do that. Yeah, I mean, anyone, barring something that happened to my friend, Cicilline in Rhode Island. But yes, I think so, and I think that's the way you view it. You have to view it that way. It's 2-year terms, because the minute you're elected, people will ask you questions like that.
This final question has nothing to do with the question that Sharma just asked you, but Nikki Haley's one of her positions is there should be a competency test for politicians over 75. You're not there, and I'm not even suggesting it's that, but should there be?
No, I think there's a medical exam that presidents go through, and part of that's a cognitive test that's there. Donald Trump, according to Donald Trump, passed it at records that no one has ever seen before. I mean, that's part of the president's medical exam already. And so, can you imagine the politics around what the competency test would be? We would have divisions in the country so extreme about what the questions would be. Or are they triggered questions? Are they questions, and then they'd be banning the questionnaires. My God, you can't make this stuff up.
In other words, we couldn't even do that.
We couldn't even do that in today's environment.
Congressman, it's great to see you. Thank you very much. It's always great to have Congressman Keating with us.